Most digital marketers never ever hit consistent 10K month, not because they lack skills, but because their offer is invisible. In this video, I'm gonna break down the exact framework that I've used as a 21-year-old refugee to hit 30K in 30 days and help dozens of my clients do the same. If you're tired of posting daily, chasing trends, and pitching in the DMs with no results, this is the exact blueprint that you want to implement to get more premium clients come to you even with less than 1,000 followers. So, my full blueprint consists of 5 main steps. Let's dive in. Step number 1 is you gotta have full clarity about your offer, what you sell, how and why specifically. How your offer helps your ideal client with XYZ and why they would actually want to pay you. Before defining who you want to sell to or any other details, automation, what most digital marketers bought themselves to do, you have always to know exactly what you sell. And except for that, not only what, but also time frame and the unique process, aka what can make you different from other people, the exact same ones or similar ones in the space. Example, build a personal brand that attracts 5K clients in 90 days without paid ads or big following. Meaning that when I'm reading this, I know exactly what you do, what kind of people you're gonna help me attract, what time frame, without XYZ pain points, which is the most important for any ideal client because that's what is the key. The pain point is the main hook, and I'm gonna explain you why in the second step. Second is you have to build an ideal client profile. Now, you might wonder, Vidya, what the hell? Why should do it? Why not target audience? Everybody says about this, even my mentor, my coach. Number one, I don't care. And secondly, you have to identify only one person just because imagine all people, your audience, followers, even your clients or students, whether you have an offer to sell from somebody else, they buy always you, but they always are one person at a time. They all don't watch the content all together in one room. And that's why in each piece of your content, in each story sequence, you gotta always talk to one person separately. And focusing on one clear representative gives you way more opportunities and ways on how to increase your sales and also to build more trust because you only target this person's, man's or woman's pain points, false beliefs, and desired results. And the pain points are the key hooks that's gonna get their attention and get them into the conversation with you. So when you add the time frame and unique process, just like you do at the first step with your offer, you don't only show the client and the potential ICP, the ideal client profile, that you care about them, but also what makes you different. What is your unique system and why I should go to you, even if you might have less followers and less attention than most of the gurus and most of the successful people in the space. For example, busy 48 entrepreneurs struggling to sign consistent clients. And I would even add more to you. That will be a short homework to do. When you define your ideal client profile, also make sure to add their desired goal, like what they want to achieve, without XYZ pain points. Because the more complete it is, the higher chance of you to make a sale and to get more conversions. Third step, you gotta optimize your Instagram profile funnel. So many people, and again, so many marketers, they don't have it optimized, saying put in, paid ads are the best thing. No, they're not. Because if you don't master the organic reach, the content in your Instagram funnel, you're nowhere. So the first thing that you have to do inside your funnel is optimize your bio. It has to be the outcome focused, aka desired result of your ideal client, show and prove, and CTA. As you can see on my example, is that I do have the bio of helping specifically people without paid ads, refugee to 30K per month, 15 minutes to scale your business, which already gives my ICP a clear idea why, who am I, what is my social proof, and why should they trust me? What is my unique process of doing this? But the bio is just like the billboard. Imagine, when you go outside, you look at any picture, that's like a billboard with no proof. Simple text, anybody can write this. But the so-called the highlights are the things that actually give a proof, give a real word and a person behind these words. So when your client, when your audience sees your highlights like start here, client or student wins, my wins and lifestyle, they do understand not just who you are, what you're doing, but also the proof that you're actually crushing it. Or even if you've started, share the non-monetary wins, which show already a lot about you and that you are relatable to them. You're not just here to trash talk or to bullshit, but there is a real thing and proof behind you. And the last thing is the pin post. The pin post is in short method breakdown, client or student proof, and your story. When people check out your page, they all see in the ecosystem and the way how it should be. The same way when you want to take a picture of their famous place, whenever you're traveling. When you take a picture, it's not just the Eiffel Tower, but also the surroundings, the park, people, right weather. So that's all the full picture what you want to take. Otherwise, the Eiffel Tower is really boring by itself. Same stuff about your profile funnel. If you do only have your profile picture and bio set up right, but all the rest is shit, nobody's gonna even pay attention. And that's why my pin post I say about my journey from 0 to 30K. Another one is a pin video showing not just the journey, but also my personal story and the way behind this, and a more private blueprint and carousel about who am I, why I started, what kind of results I've achieved, and my clients, which already gives a clear idea of who am I, what kind of results I've achieved, and what is my unique method. And that is the main stage where you gotta focus on the client and sharing you being relatable based on your current situation. Number four is creating a high leverage content with authority. Now, you might have heard a lot about the content, you gotta create it over and over again. But the key thing is the high quality and high converted. I'm gonna explain you what it means for sure. In each piece of your content, you gotta ask the number one question, which is, what is the exact outcome my ideal client is going to achieve after watching my XYZ video? So you have to break false beliefs, objections, and build trust. Now, one of the key things is specifically breaking false beliefs and objection because it's negativity. Now, so many people, and I would say 99% of them, getting attracted based on negativity, based on the certain mistakes or failures they would rather avoid than even the results they want to make. Just because our naturally, psychologically, we all wired to be more afraid to lose something, the fear of loss, rather than to gain something big and large. So in your content, if you're a digital marketer or any service provider, you gotta always make sure that you have the content not just for your ideal client, but covering the main three things. Their false beliefs, like internal barriers, skepticism, doubt, fear, whatever. Second, pain points, lack of time, lack of skill set, lack of income, or any other pain points they have. And third, their desired goals. For example, I want to achieve, let's say, make 10K in the next 30 days without ads or complex tech. That is the desired goal. Time freedom to move with my family to Dubai in the next 100 days. And that is the goal that you have to include in your videos and make your story relatable based on what people want to hear. For example, in one of my videos, you see 50 high-ticket deals in 90 days. And that is the exact desired goal that a lot of my clients, the ideal clients watching my videos have, and that's why it become relatable. Even though it just got 495 views, I already had 5 clients out of just one video. And all the rest saying exactly about not just who am I, but how it is relatable and how my experience and knowledge can benefit my ideal client. And once you're settled with the content, so you know exactly what one that you want to make to get the right outcome and to get the right people's attention, the last and most beautiful step is self-restores and automation. Now, with this step, you have to focus not just on making story sequences or any random things that you see on the internet, but focus specifically on the automation process and thinking on how I can not just utilize this power of stories, but make the stories a sales printing machine to make people not just get to know you through them, but also all the clarity that you give in your bio, in your profile, in your whole funnel and content, just in your stories. Because guess what? Stories is the exact place where your ideal client gets to know you better. Nowhere else but just in stories. That's what gets the most traction and the most attention. Every sales story, every story you post on Instagram, it's not just about sales. It's about the mini so-called conversion page and mini reality show that your audience want to see. What kind of lifestyle you have, what proof you have, what results you've achieved past 4 days, 7 days, whatever. You have to use the testimonials before and after transformations of your clients, or if you promote anybody else offer, their students, to make sure that those people are relatable and they'll be the great game changer, especially compared to your result, that you can compare and see how people are relatable, that you're not just the one crushing. And the last is the automation of the follow-ups, making sure that your leads don't just come to you and you manually do all the work, but also that you have a team and that you have a full automation process on how to make sure that your leads will never fall through the cracks. That is the reason why so many businesses, especially digital marketers, fail, is because they don't have a system. They all hear about but never implement, and they all want to make teams, but they never do this. Example, okay? Imagine you want to go to Bali, you want to just take any trip to any place. But then the more time you spend there, the less income you make. And that's because your business is you. So that's not the business. You're just the self-employed. You've just replaced your 9 to 5 with an online thing, which doesn't mean that you really have a business. Ideally, it's for sure when you spend time on a vacation, but at the same time, you have income which is not dropping, but even sometimes increasing. And that is the power of having your own team, making sure that in the end, when you have all the stages set up, when you have full clarity about your offer, when you define your client profile, you know how to optimize your Instagram funnel and branding, you know how to create the right content to get your ideal clients' attention. And in the end, you sell through stores and automation. That's what allows you actually to have a real system. In addition to the team, they'll be the main game changer. Once you have the system of the automated follow-ups, DM sequences, and responses to the new followers and new people who engage with your content, that's when the massive scale is going to happen. So if you're on vacation or anywhere else, living your social life and not just being wired to your business 24/7, that's what's going to allow you to make this large change and understand that you really have a full printing sales machine, that you have a full sales printing machine. If you want my full breakdown, if you want my exact breakdown, if you want my exact breakdown of no, if you want my exact breakdown of how to build a client acquisition funnel without ads, comment ads and I'll send it over. If you want my exact framework of how to build a client acquisition funnel without ads, comment funnel and I'll send it over. No, if you want my exact framework. If you want my exact framework of how to build a client acquisition funnel, comment funnel and I'll send it over. No. If you want my exact framework of how to build a client acquisition funnel without ads, comment the word funnel and I'll send it over. If you want my exact framework of how to build a client acquisition funnel with no ads, comment funnel and I'll send it over. So that is the exact system I've used to go from a broke refugee to over 30K in 30 days without ads or big following. And that works for you if you are a coach, business owner, or digital marketer, even if you're starting from scratch. So if you're finally ready to hit 10, 20, or even 30K month without guesswork, click on the first link in the description so we can hop on the one-on-one strategy call. And there I'll make sure to give you a tailored one-on-one game plan to implement this in your business. See you inside. So that is the exact system I've used to go from a broke refugee to making a no. So this is the exact system I've used to go from a broke refugee to over 30K in 30 days without any ads or large following. And it works for you if you're a digital marketer, business owner, or a coach, or any other service provider, even if you're starting from scratch. So if you're finally ready to hit 10, 20, or 30K month without guesswork, click on the first link in the description. So this is the exact system I've used to go from a broke refugee to over 30K in 30 days consistently without ads. So this is the whole system I've used as a broke refugee to get. So this is the exact system I've used to go from a broke refugee to over 30K in 30 days without ads or big following. And that works for you if you are a business owner, coach, digital marketer, or a service provider, even if you're starting from scratch. So if you're finally ready to scale to 10, 20, or 30K month without any guesswork, click on the first link in the description so we can hop on the one-on-one strategy and I'll give you a specific tailored game plan for your business to implement this. See you inside.